Hey Primary 5 Math Prodigies, this is Coach Saiful with your daily dose of math mastery, and today we're going to go into question number 5 of your assessment paper, number 11 on volume. Now this question, I'm going to admit, is pretty challenging because you need to think so much, okay? If you had to think once in the previous question, you have to think twice, doubly as hard, double in that, okay? In order for you to solve this question, okay? Let's just look at the question first. The question says, ta-da! The diagram shows a rectangular tank containing some marbles and water. See the diagram properly, yeah? It's not 1, 2, 3 marbles, it's 3 marbles and a question mark. In other words, there are a few marbles and we don't know how many that is. Now it says then that the marbles and water occupy 70% of the capacity of the tank. What's capacity? Capacity means the total volume possible to hold in the tank. In this case, is what? It's 28 times 25 times 6. Okay? Now, but however, the water and marbles only occupy how much? 70%. So now, when the marbles, each of volume 60 cm cube, so the marble, each marble is of volume 60 cm cube. Once they are all removed from the tank, therefore leaving only the water, another extra 1800 cm cube of water is needed to fill up the tank to the brim. Now the question next is, how many marbles are there in the tank at first? A lot of steps required, so let's do this step by step. When you have this kind of questions, like I said, math is simple, right? All you have to do is put numbers in order. Let's do this in order, okay? So the diagram shows a rectangular tank containing some marbles and water. The marbles and water occupy 70% of the capacity of the tank. Let's stop there and let's do that first. So we know that the volume of the tank is 28 times 25 times 6. Okay, let's do that first. So the volume of the tank is 28 times 25. Is 25? Yep. Times 25 times 6. Okay, now if you want to do it faster, you can just simply put it times 70% or times 70 over 100. So this is how you do your working. Just take 28 times 25 times 6. Now you get 4,200, which is 4,200. You times 70%, which means you divide by 100. You times 70. Now, which means that it is 2940 cm cube. That means altogether there's 2940 cm cube volume. And what is this equal to? This is the same as water plus what? Marbles, remember? Water plus marbles. Okay, now the next part you have to pay attention very carefully. I'm going to explain. Now, as we have found out just now, the total volume is actually 4,200, correct? Before multiplying by 70%. Now, if I was not to remove any of the marbles, what's the amount of water required to fill up to the brim? Is 4,200 minus 29400, correct? Yes. Oops, sorry. So which means that you actually only need 1,260 cm cube of water to fill up to the brim. However, you actually need 1,800. Now, what is this difference in between? That means it's the marbles. You see, when the marbles are removed, that means the water actually becomes lesser. Right? It's not that the water becomes lesser, like it's just that the volume of marbles plus the volume of water will make it look higher. Right? Volume of water is still the same. So in this case, what we know is that the difference, which is 1,800 cm cube of water minus 1,260, will give us the volume of what? Will give us the volume of the marbles, of all the marbles, which equals to 540 cm cube. Now, can we find out how many marbles there are if this is the total volume of marbles? Yes, we can. Each marble was how much? 60 cm cube. So how do we find out how many are? We divide it by 60. So as you may know, 540 divided by 60 will give you the answer of 9. Therefore, there are 9 marbles. Very simple once we do it step by step, correct? So how many marbles are there in the tank at first? There were 9 marbles. Alright, if you got that one, I'm super proud of you. Give yourself a high five because you are a math prodigy. Good job. Alright, like I said, math is simple. You put numbers in an order and you'll easily score marks. In what order? Normally is in the same order they give you the sentences. Alright, with that, this is Coach Saiful signing off saying you are a math prodigy. Good job.